Hello, boys and girls. It's your mom's secret lover. I'm back making a video. It's been forever since I made one. Uh, Sorry about that. I was really busy with your mother. Anyway, we had to go to the health department and get tested. She said that she had something really nasty, and you always want to make sure. So I came out clean as a whistle. I haven't heard back from her. Maybe you can tell me. Anyway, so this is my newest acquisition, and I figured I'd make a real quick video on it because it's an interesting story. This is a Honda HT3810, 38-inch deck with a 10-horse uh, G400 motor. It is a horizontal shaft, not a vertical. And more onto that. Anyway, they wanted $30 for it. It wasn't this clean. Anyway, and I told them that I asked, did it run? No, it hadn't run in like years, but that's why they were getting rid of it. I was like, well, I'll give you 20. I gotta go get my trailer and come get it. And they're like, come get it. So anyway, $20. And I get it home, and then I realized why they were selling it. I hooked up the battery to it, and I found out right away why. It wouldn't start. No, it wouldn't start at all. You know what? That's because the starter wouldn't engage. The solenoid clicked, but no starter engagement. And I checked everything, and I was getting voltage to the starter, but when I turned the key and the solenoid clicked, I was getting voltage off the solenoid down to the starter itself, but nothing. So I was like, crap. And then I really crapped when I saw the video of what you had to do just to get the starter out. And I looked at it, I'm like, that can't be right. It's on the other side. Yes, you have to pull the engine, then you have to pull the housing off, then you have to pull the flywheel off just to get to the starter bolts. Then you get a new starter, maybe. Anyway, I was like, well, that's a lot of work, and I don't even know if that engine is running. If I get a starter, and I've already got $20 into it, I don't want to spend 50, 60 on a starter and find out that the motors doesn't work. So I came up with a genius idea. This has got not an electric PTO, a mechanical PTO. And so what I did was, and it did not have a belt. That was another good thing. Not in the long run. The deck's crap. Uh, it weighs a ton and it's crap. They really beat the crap out of that deck. So this is, if I get this thing running, it's just going to be a something to tote around because this thing is actually pretty heavy duty. I mean, how? Look at the seat. The seat's worth 20 right there, and everything's relatively one piece. The back lights are busted though. And one of the tires has got a flat up front. It's missing the rubber on the there. And no battery. That's another thing. Wonderful. Yeah, I got my $20 worth. Anyway, so what I did was I got an idea in my head. Here's the G400 motor, by the way. There's the electric start, and you're like, hey, something's not right. That electric start's taken apart. More on that in a second. Anyway, I got a great idea that with the not being an electric, with a mechanical PTO, I just engaged or disengaged or whatever to get it to where it's spinning. I circumvented the switch for the PTO because if you have the PTO engaged, it will not start. So I circumvented that. Won't tell you how. You know how to do it if you know what you're doing. Pulled the plug, grabbed a rope, wrapped it around, and had it in the dark, and I gave it a yank. And what do you know? I had spark. I was like, okay, that's promising. Then I grabbed some carpet cleaner. And it was lots of back and forth because it had sit so long, I couldn't get the choke and everything running right or working right. But finally, after about 20 pulls, yes, 20 pulls, I was thinking about your mom last night, and I did not even 20 pulls, and I got it to fire off. But on this one, it was probably about 20 pulls, and I finally got it, not to just pop, but to start for about a second or two. I was like, okay, great. So I can definitely do something with it instead of just junk it, which I've done before. I didn't want to do it with this one though, but I have too many projects. I go on. So I was thinking, well, if it does start, what I could do is take the PTO off and just get a regular pulley and put a notch in it and just use that to start it up because I'm not going to mow with it. I don't care. And I was like, well, if I'm going to do that, I'm here. Might as well just kind of dick with the starter. And I yanked the starter off, and I don't know if you can see. I'm sure you can. That does not look good, boys and girls. Also, the brushes. Here's the brushes. Sorry about my camera work. It's a new phone. New phone, who dis? It's your mom. Sorry about this. Anyway, the brushes. One of the brushes was stuck. They're spring loaded. And one of them was stuck. So I just grabbed some electrical cleaner and hosed it out. And I finally got it to work. To where the spring works. So, and then I saw this. I get to clean all this up. I'm going to get like an emery cloth or something. I don't remember how to do it, but I ain't scrapping that. I bet you odds are pretty darn good that I got that going because that was pressed all the way pretty much flush and just stuck there. That it wore the contact off where there was just enough space to where it was only picking up one of the brushes and not both brushes, and hence you were not getting a proper starter working, and you know what I mean. So anyway, that I'm really looking forward to see what happens when I think it might actually work, and if it does, then I'll be pretty happy with myself. But I am a genius, so what else is new? Anyway, boys and girls, I will make a video when I get this back together, a real quick one, to see if that actually gets the starter to work or not. And even if it doesn't work, I'm going to go and proceed with the rope pull start to see if I can get that to work. Because, what the hell? What's it going to do? Not work? I mean, I'm look at Boeing. Look at what they do. Look at the space station. There's a Starliner sitting up there at the space station, and it's going to be parked there for a couple more weeks, or at least a week or two, because oops, it's only leaking propellant from its propulsion system. Yeah, those guys. Yeah, Boeing can send stuff up in space. I can get this running. Anyway, I don't know why I said that. Anybody that works at Boeing, don't take it personally. Anyway, peace out, boys and girls. I gotta say hi to your mother for me.